Shuli, Shuli. Shuli, eres mi pera. Shuli, eres mi pera.
It's like you can see him looking down.
I was gonna say, this is an example of John wanting everyone to think he's intelligent.
Yeah.
He can't even remember Shuli is my dog in 2 different languages.
Okay.
So he has to have his crib notes right there. And you're right, Andy. Like, I noticed that too. He looks down.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to insult someone and you're going to go at them, you can't be referring to fucking a cheat sheet.
Yeah. I thought he was trilingual, but
yeah, he wasn't fooling me.
Yeah. Turns out he has no idea what he's talking about. And so in this one, Shuli starts.
How long has he been thinking about this day when he finally gets to talk to Shuli again?
Yeah.
He's been practicing. He admits he was practicing this.
Right.
He's practicing his Hebrew to do this. Do you have that?
Yep. Clip 3.
This is fucking insane.
Are you speaking Spanish?
First Hebrew and then Spanish. Wow, you're really smart.
John's the smart one here. He's the smart one in this equation.
Yeah, duh. You couldn't tell that was a perfect Hebrew accent? No,
yeah.
Good.
And this is why, like I said, that I don't think that John pwned Shuli, because this shit is lame. Later on, again, he refers to him as the deuce. And look, I don't think Shuli did a great job either fighting back with John.
Yeah.
But he really, the only thing that made me laugh was when John was going on and yelling, and then Shuli started yelling back at him, and he's like, "I run this show. This is my show." And he's just like doing the wrestling shit. I have to admit, it made me laugh. You know.
You're right.
Yeah, there's some good
where
moments
John
like
just
that.
comes off as totally fucking unhinged and drunk.
Well,
I don't know if he is or not.
John's strategy here, and this is a tried and true formula. He's probably seen Howard do it 100 times. Is you win by shouting over the other person.
Oh, right.
And
Especially in
potting them
radio. Yeah, especially in radio. You could pot the caller down and yell and yell and yell, and they don't get any words in. And then you just go, Psh, see?
Yeah,
This guy's got nothing.
Right.
Give him a chance.
I think it's an old meme or something. It was like yelling, the next best thing to being right. It's like an invention of arguing.
right.
Yeah, right.
That was a strategy.
So here, Shuli starts trying to explain to John that there's more things to speaking a foreign language than just screaming something written phonetically on an Arby's napkin.
I looked it up. I practiced it.
I practiced speaking a language I've never spoken before.
It's so pathetic. This is a guy. Now, Shuli was born in Israel. His parents speak the native tongue. So he goes, well, your accent's terrible. I can't make out what the fuck you're saying right there. It's not working.
Plus, he's all blown out and overmodulated.
Well, there's that too. Doesn't help.
Spitting and stammering and stuttering. Right. And I just don't understand. Like, if I'm arguing with Shuli and I want to be like, Shuli, you're my bitch, that's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to look it up. And then I don't understand the benefit to say, does he think that Hebrew people and Spanish people are also watching and wouldn't be able to understand otherwise?
Yeah, exactly. What is
what's
the point of
fucking
that?
point of this?
I don't get it.
Yeah. He's. You can tell though, he truly hates Shuli.
Yes.
He truly hates Anthony. You could hear, you could see it in his insane face. Yeah. He doesn't get this worked up over you.
Right.
So that's how you could tell that he's just. I mean, they're never going to get along. But here comes the old Coors Light doesn't get you drunk argument in clip 5.
John, why are you so drunk on a Saturday afternoon? It's so early.
Drunk?
What's going on?
I've had 3 beers. Drunk?
Listen to you.
I really just wanted to freeze it there where he's holding up all the fucking empties that he's had. Nobody else on the stream is drinking. No one. Just John drinking multiple Coors Lights. It's
Saturday, Andy. Give him a break.
It's the 4th of July.
It's a holiday weekend. Give him a break on this one.
All right.
I will say I watched this on the Uncle Rico show this past weekend, and if you want to check that out, that's on the Shuli network. And Chad is sneakily funny on this.
This is where I'm going with this right now.
I was actually giving him props. I'm like, he's actually doing this the right way.
Right.
Just making little faces and shit.
Yeah, because we've already had a few clips where John. Or Shuli keeps calling John his buddy and his pal.
Yes.
And John is freaking out about it. And watch Chad here. This is where Chad kind of realizes that he's just lost control of his own show.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, right?
You so angry about, pal? I brought you out of your shell. You should be.
You're not my pal. You're not my pal.
Chad's like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do from here?
Yeah, I mean, it really turned into the whole South Park debate about I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy guy. You're not my pal, buddy.
What I took from this argument, and like I saw other people having this conversation, I got the feeling that Shuli was going to come in. He's like, I'm not going to fucking engage in the wrestling stuff with John.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take the high road. And also, it appeared to me at times he was toying with him, like in moments like this, like saying the buddy pal shit. Like he knows it's making him mad, so he just keeps saying it. And being low key about it.
Pretty much the rest of my clips are that Shuli just finds that sore
You don't
spot.
win by being as crazy as John.
Oh, no.
You win by being much less crazy.
Yeah. So there's a few more examples of that. So right here, this is where Chad is basically doing the Bugs Bunny ain't I a stinker? Why you just like watch Chad in this clip. I'm sorry if you're only listening, but clip 7, this is a visual gag.
Don't,
buddy, listen,
buddy.
pal.
I'm not your buddy.
Pal.
Don't think that I'm your buddy.
John.
I want to beat you. I want to beat the fuck out of you in a boxing ring. Now tell me, are you gonna do it?
Piece of me? You want a piece of me?
Yes, in the ring.
Yeah, Chad just becomes the spectator at this point.
That's what I was doing when I was watching it. I was
just get your microphone out of the way and just let them go right now. Yep.
It's so funny because yesterday I was at a family cookout with people that are still Stern Show listeners. Okay. And I was so glad that they were there because I was like, you guys have no idea what's going on with John and Shuli right now. I was just glad that they even know, because I can't talk to a lot of people. They were like, Shuli who? But I went on and on for like 10 minutes straight describing everything that we're talking about right now.
You know what's so sad about that is that the Stern Show staffers, I know for a fact, are following all of this.
Yeah.
They love it. And if Howard would just address it, when Cardiff called in and brought up Stuttering John, took his girlfriend to the Dodgers game, still not the best introduction to the Dabbleverse he could have gone with, but props to Cardiff for getting on. And Howard immediately shut the conversation down, hung up on Cardiff, and then they cut it out of the replays.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Howard has made it a point to not bring up Stuttering John or any of this stuff. And maybe it's because, obviously, Howard's above it for sure. Maybe it's because of the lawsuit. He doesn't want to give him any airtime whatsoever. But I swear to God, this is so fucking interesting.
Yeah.
This is better than anything the Whack Pack is currently doing. If he was bringing these clips like he used to bring with Eric the Midget when he had his own podcast, or even High Pitch Eric was trying to do a show with Joey Boots and stuff, like this is fascinating.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what that was like for the people that work for the show when they're just like listening to the show and then suddenly Cardiff Electric is on the line. Yeah. You're like, whoa, worlds are colliding over here.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of guys in the back office. And I swear to God, if Howard had entertained it for a second, I bet someone would have popped on and be like, yeah, what he's talking about is, because they know. They know this shit very well.
Yeah.
A lot of them keep in touch with Shuli and are into it.
Yeah. Okay, clip 8. This is this is that potato bar bit, but this is where Chad realizes that he doesn't even need to be here. Like, he just takes himself off of the show. Smart. Yeah.
It's not even.
Put the money where your mouth is, dues payer.
Whose money? The $20 that you asked Opie for today? Is that?
You're so, dude. You suck as a comic. Put the money where your mouth is. Come to the ring.
Do you think, as a comic, in all honesty, do you think as a comic, I'll ever get a chance to play that potato bar that you played, like for the weekend? Not just the weekend.
Are you really gonna goof on the places that I go to work out material?
It's a potato bar.
Yeah. So Chad's just like, see ya.
It's a barbecue restaurant.
Yeah.
That's the punchline. Did you not pull that part?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the funny thing is, it was a barbecue restaurant. There is a potato bar, all you can eat potato bar, but it was a barbecue restaurant. He wanted to let them know about that. But what's so annoying about that, because again, people recorded John's set there. He wasn't working out material.
No.
It's the same act it's been for 20 years.
He started taking questions from the audience at the end.
Oh, he was annoyed by that.
Yeah.
He did not want to do that. But yeah, so the fact that he's acting like he's working out material in Idaho at some place that had no cover charge is a lie.
Yeah. So this last one, Oh, actually, I have two more. And this is so Chad is gone off of his own show here, but he decides that he needs to pop back in for maybe like the world's most embarrassing correction. Like they start talking about the number of people that were in the audience. And John's like, no.
Yeah. Shuli and Chad did a show down in Florida.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Have you ever headlined the Reno Laugh Factory? Have you ever headlined the Tahoe Improv? Have you ever headlined the Vegas Improv? Have you ever fucking headlined the Vegas Laugh Factory? Have you, dues payer?
Name a couple more, because I think we're getting close.
That's a good line. I'm sorry. That's a good line.
Yeah.
You did Side Splitters and got 27 people there. 27 paid tickets, and 20 of them were going to see Chad.
28 people.
Actually, we both
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I love
It's
it.
moments-
Shuli, go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say, it's moments like this that I'm reminded of a quote that it's like, yes, we're all united in our hatred of Shuli, but let's not forget who the real enemy is. That was Carl. Carl texted me that.
I was going to say, whose quote is that?
But no, like you watch this, and again, I apologize, Shuli's anonymous, but Shuli comes off as far more likable than John does.
Oh, yeah.
You know, John's just screaming the same shit, and then Shuli had that was a good line. Be like, keep going, you know. Like, I'm sure we'll hit one.
That reminds me of.
And this makes me angry. It makes me angry that I have to sit here and give Shuli credit for anything. But I gotta.
Yeah. Dan Harmon has a writer friend from like Rick and Morty and named Rob Schraub. And that is kind of a Schraub. People actually call it Schraubing when people start listing things off like that.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, okay, name 5 more.
Yeah.
And Schraub used to do that all the time, and it was always funny. But last one, clip 10. This is Carl gets a shout out here.
Oh, good.
Because you don't have an education. You're a dumb fuck.
You went to college?
Yes, I did, and I have a 4-year degree from NYU.
Well, you're a horrible advertisement for somebody.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, what a funny line, dues payer. Let me tell you something. I have an education. You don't. You're not smart. You don't have an original idea in that empty head of yours, and you stole fucking Carl's idea. And if I was Carl, I would never talk to you again.
And he never did.
Yeah.
Like if he were you, he would never talk to him again. Like, why is he talking to him?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, Shuli's been nothing but nice to me. I don't know why. You're talking to him right now. But that was also a good line. You got to give it to him, Brian, where he says, you're a horrible advertisement for
higher education.
Yeah, like, that's what I mean. Like Shuli got some decent zingers in there by not freaking out, and like if John said, like you said, the word the dues payer thing. If he said it once, he said it 100 times. You bald dumb fuck. He said it 100 times. Like he just sort of repeats. Like he keeps them cycling 4 to 5 insults.
It is funny that he's calling out.
Until he tires himself out.
He's calling out Shuli for his hair, and then as soon as someone's like, "Chad, your hair looks terrible," he's like, "I'm growing it out.
Yeah.
I'm having a midlife crisis. It looks good on my Harley."
I just watched all the John Wicks. I'm trying to look like John Wick over here.
So now this seems like a year ago, but just last week I was on Misery Loves Company and talking to Stuttering John. And
yeah, see, that's like you're like, did you clip the barbecue restaurant thing? I've watched that 5 times already. I in my head, I'm like, we already covered that. Didn't we?
We haven't covered any of this shit. But I know it's just everywhere, so I know I get it. I understand. I totally understand. So this is after I left. I have some clips from after I left, and so John is patting himself on the back for the performance that he had on Misery Loves Company because again. This was his first time. This was only a week and a day ago. This is his first time back on the internet. Now I feel like he is the internet.
Oh, yeah.
But this was the first time.
My wife couldn't give 2 shits about any of this stuff 99% of the time. But when you and John were on MLC, even she sat down and watched it.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. My wife never watches MLC. She was glued to it upstairs.
Right, yeah.
I heard her laughing out loud as I was out here podcasting.
Yeah.
So, that was a big event. And let's see what John thought about it. I think he's pretty proud of himself.
No.
Kevin, you did a good job. Don't worry. You just sit back. I'll handle this.
No, I mean, I'm not going to fucking get in the middle of you and Carl. That's what I wanted. So why would I fucking break it up?
Kevin, Did I deliver or did I deliver?
You delivered, yeah. I just wanted to get a good hour out of you, and I got more than that, so I'm happy. Yeah. Plus, like an idiot, I paid him up front. Like Carl said exactly what not to do. Carl said, don't do it, but I did it anyway. I took a chance. Sometimes you got to take a chance in life.
Yeah.
I'm learning, Kevin. Thank you.
Back in the box. Stuttering John, it was recently revealed one of your biggest critics, Steel Toe, cannot adequately please his wife to completion. Do you have any advice or recommend techniques for Steel Toe in the bedroom?
Yeah.
Eat pussy. Yeah.
He probably does.
Okay. It was the best.
That's another advantage to April joining my marriage. Now she has 2 people who can please her instead of 0. Yeah. Take that, Steel Toe. You and your coffee.
And now Mary Beth just became my favorite review girl. Sorry. Sorry, Annie. All right. So John was very happy with his performance, patting himself on the back afterwards. And now we got to talk about the fact that I'm a piazza. Because this is what we were talking about on the show.
Drunk Shark. One person said we didn't get to it yet, but one person says they like that you still drink a beer with your pinky finger.
I know. It's fucking ridiculous.
But you think Carl's a piazza?
I just think he has a little effeminate thing to him. That's all. I'm not saying he's gay. I just think he's a little feminine.
John, you can't contend that they closed the dorms but still allowed people to attend class in person. There was no commuting because everything was fully remote. You're not bright enough to lie.
Now, what they're talking about there, he's reading a super chat, but the article about his daughter who was facing homelessness, and I took him to task on this on the show, I said, how could she be facing homelessness when she has a mother and father who love her? She could always go stay with you or her mom if worse comes to worse. And he goes, you don't understand, Carl. UC Santa Barbara is a 2.5-hour commute from where I live. So this person's pointing out, if they closed the dorms, that means it was all remote learning. She didn't need to be anywhere near the school to continue to go to school during the lockdown, during the pandemic.
You didn't want to, most kids, I have, an ex-girlfriend of mine, her kid stayed in Santa Barbara too. This guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
AO 1012 is an idiot?
Yeah, because...
No, I'm kidding. He's not even a real person. It's just a number. Letters and a number. John's like, I never liked 1012.
What the fuck is this, The Matrix?
Worst tag ever. The fuck was that tag? Is this The Matrix? 1012 is The Matrix? What do you mean? What does he think that means?
He's a fucking lunatic.
Fucking moron.
I like how now just not liking your options means that your food insecurity and your house, you have nowhere to live.
Right. If she wasn't lying, she was exaggerating quite a bit.
Right.
I guess is the point we're all trying to make.
The thing about John, too, is it doesn't matter what anybody brings up in the chat or in the pod or whatever. He's never, ever wrong.
Right.
Everybody else is a fucking idiot. Anybody else who brings up a point is wrong. It's like John is constantly right. Like this chatter brought up a good point. It's like, if it's remote, then what's the problem? And he's just, you fucking don't know what the fuck he's fucking talking about. Fucking dues pay.
Yeah, because his whole thing was they closed the dorms down and 10,000 students all had to find housing, and that's why it was difficult for her. So even if it's not that you go back and live with your dad, you don't have to be at Santa Barbara. You can go find a home somewhere else.
I'd rather die than live with my dad.
That was the whole point. Although I will say, though, I got to give him credit, Brian. For some reason, John admitted that he overreacted to the Dabbler comment. He did take responsibility for that one, and he gave ROTC credit, which I was shocked by. Still shocked by that. All right, just a couple more here, and then we'll move on. So this is what I'm talking about, where John went off on Bob Levy on Thursday. This is Tuesday, 2 days before that, and they're like best buds, and John's workshopping potential shows they could do together for some reason.
Bob, we should do shows again together. It was fun, admit it.
It's always fun. Everything's fun, John, and that's the whole thing. It's like, you should have Shuli. I do believe you have Shuli on. You'll have a normal talk, and I think it's a good thing. I really think it's a good thing. I'm not trying to set you up because I could have came in here like a fucking idiot.
Hey, Bob, I got to be honest with you. And I hate saying that because it means Tom Chiusano used to go, "Don't say you got to be honest. It means you're not honest." But it's just the saying, It's like, you know what I mean. You and I say, you know what I mean a lot. It's just
It's not the same. I got to be honest with you. It's definitely something a compulsive liar says because they lie all the time.
Opie does it all the time, right?
Yeah. He's
like,
another one of
honestly.
those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. These people who have everything to hide are the ones who just like, all right, be honest with me on this one. Tell me the truth this time. Like, no, I'm going to tell you the truth because I don't have a lot going on. I wish I had a lot more to lie about. I'm just not that interesting. All right, so this is another thing where John has another beef with Bob, but he's so bad at broadcasting he forgets what it is. So he brings it up, and you can tell he's got like the energy for it, and he's just like, but I don't know. I guess I'm not ready for that just yet.
Is he in a wheelchair?
All right.
What?
I have another beef with you guys,
Okay.
but I just forgot. Hold on a second.
All right, put up another super chat until then. Tilden, $10. John, you're actually entertaining when you're not regurgitating CNN. Keep smashing Carla.
Oh, here's my beef. Mm-hmm. And Kevin, you tell me if this is cool or not. Mm-hmm. You guys sent some guy to the pub, and he videoed.
No.
Okay, well, this guy videotaped me after the Giants lost, and I was pissed off. And then you had a guy parked behind me, so I couldn't get out.
John, somebody did that. We never say to do
But
anything.
the guy taped it. Did you or did you not play it?
Yeah, we did play it.
Yeah. You think that's cool?
This is hypocrisy police. I have to point this out. John loves talking about the video from Anthony Cumia's living room that was shot by his girlfriend while they were fighting one night. That has no one has any business to that video. John has played it on his show for Richard Ojeda. He's played it multiple times on his show. He loves to bring it up to this day. He still brings that shit up. But he's mad that somebody filmed him freaking out at Pickwick Pub after the Giants lost. And he's like, you can't show that. He's like, well, you're at least in a public place. I agree. You should. I didn't show that on my show, but you're in a public place at least. And he has no problem with doing that to Anthony for whatever reason. Go figure. I think he's a hypocrite.
Who are these podcasts?